Before the organization known as the Time Variance Authority makes its MCU debut in the Disney Plus Loki series, let's venture into the realm of Marvel Comics to learn about this fascinating organization. The Time Variance Authority exists beyond time and was founded in the far future with the sole purpose of monitoring realities throughout the multiverse, and they do everything they can to prevent temporal interferences. If there is a reality shift or a timeline disturbance, the TVA will jump on the scene and fix it. So the easiest way to describe the TVA is the term timeline cops. And a core aspect of the TVA, their mascot if you will, are the Timekeepers. In the Loki trailer, their statues can be seen. The Timekeepers were created by He Who Remains, the final chairman of the TVA at the end of the time stream, to replace the flawed and dangerous Time Twisters. The Timekeepers possess the powers of time manipulation and the ability to rapidly age and devolve people and things. So in essence, they are the most powerful and dangerous beings ever created. They established themselves as the masters of the time stream, and with that distinction, they could do whatever is needed to prevent time meddling. And because of that, they do not discriminate. The TVA is not a hero or villain organization. They act purely on the side of time and reality preservation. The Timekeepers placed Immortus in charge of monitoring all time between 3000 BC and 4000 AD, and he was allowed to destroy the Avengers if necessary to stop them from playing with time, but he instead made the call to observe them instead of immediately wiping them out. She-Hulk was put on trial for time traveling to save Hawkeye, but She-Hulk defeated the villain Clockwise after he infiltrated the Null time zone where the TVA is based, and Southpaw negotiated her release. And because they do not discriminate, the TVA hates the villain Kang the Conqueror. He is easily one of Marvel's most famous and well-known, and he likes to play with time, something the TVA does not like. Among the TVA's arrests was the Fantastic Four. They were detained by the character Mobius M. Mobius, who will be played by Owen Wilson in the upcoming series. But Mobius unfortunately lost track of the Fantastic Four in time after they escaped him. Mobius was in the TVA's junior management and quickly rose up to be an executive. Sometime later, Mobius found himself overseeing the time trial of the aforementioned She-Hulk. And speaking of the time trials, the TVA has court justices to oversee these trials. These justices are Hope, Liberty, Love, Might, Goodwill, Mills, Peace, and Truth. Although Mills only appears briefly in a flashback. And once time is meddled with and the timeline needs to be fixed, the TVA has its own military force known as the Minutemen. They are under the jurisdiction of the court justices and are permitted to time travel and venture to all the other timelines to physically go solve all the TVA's problems. We can actually see some Minutemen scattered through the TVA in the Loki trailers, and one of them is restraining Loki at the start of the latest trailer. And so now let's briefly talk about how this all transfers into the MCU. We do have a larger video discussing what's happening in Loki and how it connects to the larger MCU, so be sure to check out that video for more info. We know that the Loki show will feature 2012 Loki from the time heist in Avengers Endgame when he stole the Tesseract. In the time heist, the Ancient One mentioned how taking an Infinity Stone from where it's supposed to be damages the reality. And the Avengers failed to secure the Tesseract, allowing Loki to steal it. This damaged the timeline, so the TVA deployed the Minutemen to apprehend Loki and bring him to the TVA. Now he's their prisoner, and Mobius is forcing Loki to help him fix the timeline. This could have been the decision of Mobius and Mobius, or it could have been the task that he was given as punishment by the justices. No matter what, it is a surefire way to line up some excitement for all us Loki fans who are wondering just how he will handle an organization as powerful as the TVA. But we know he'll have some tricks up his sleeve, after all he is the god of mischief. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and help us grow our channel.